What's good, YouTube? What's going on with y'all? Back with another video, and I hope y'all doing well. I hope y'all praying. I hope y'all, did something positive today. I hope y'all spent time with yourself today. I hope y'all accomplished something today. A small goal y'all want to accomplish. Today's topic is having self-control. Self-control is a major thing. Self-control is huge because it can determine the outcome of a lot of things. Having self-control over how you react to certain things, having self-control over women, having self-control over the things you do, all that plays a part. Now, for the first one, having self-control of how you react to things. That plays a part in a lot of scenarios, whether if it's how you react to your heart being broken, how you react to you failing a test, how you react to somebody calling you out of your name, how you react to everything, how you react to when you wake up and you late for work. Everything is a reaction. Everything is about reactions. Nothing can happen without reactions. 100% of everything is based off of reactions, bro. Me getting up, my reaction of me seeing that I didn't upload made me grab this camera. That's my reaction. If somebody's getting on my nerves, my reaction is to not talk to them no more or separate myself from them instead of trying to insult them or belittle them, because that's not always the best option. And sometimes you gotta look for what's in the long run and not about what's today and what's in the moment, how you feel in the moment. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice how you feel in the moment to have a greater cause in the long run, because it just depends on the situation. It depends on what you're reacting to. It depends on how you're reacting to it, because if you're just giving a bad reaction, that also affects how people look at you. And you don't want people to look at you like you crazy, or you don't know how to control yourself, or you don't know how to react to certain things, and then they feel like they can't talk to you because they scared of your reaction. Having self-control over girls, having self-control around girls is important. It's important to be around a girl and be able to chill. Everything isn't about lust. Everything isn't about, just what they got in their pants, bro. That's what you gotta understand, bro. Being on corn, y'all know what I'm talking about, the hub, whatever you want to call it, being on that affects your brain. That's dopamine, and you got to get rid of that, because all that's doing is feeding into how you think about women, feeding into how you look at them, and that's not how you should look at them, brother, man. Like, they're people too. They're not objects. They're not just something that, you just go to when you want to have fun or something. They're real people, and they exist, and they live, and they have feelings too. They're not an object. And we need to learn how to have more self-control over ourselves so that we don't get that confused. Because I feel like a lot of people prioritize or glorify people that, may be having intercourse with multiple people and things like that, but that's not important, bro. That's not important. People may say that that's cool, and that makes you cool, that makes this, that, and the third, but that's not important. What's important is how you could respect a woman, how you could treat a woman, how you can talk to them and just have a conversation with them, without getting bricked. Some of y'all can't even really be around a girl without getting bricked, and that's the problem, bro. You need to gain self-control over yourself, bro. You need to gain self-control over yourself. Who are you if you can't control yourself? Who are you if you can't control your emotions? Who are you if you can't control your lust? Who are you if you can't control your desires? It's okay to want things. It's okay to, feel like you need things, but if you have self-control, you control yourself enough to say, you know what, I don't need that right now, or I don't need that in my life. That's not something I need. You gotta give yourself things that you need instead of things that you want, because the thing that you want might not always be good for you. Things you want may not be a part of your purpose or a part of the way your life is supposed to live. It's a very pleasureful world. Everything is about pleasure, and if you don't have no self-control, you will get lost. You will get lost, man. And I'm seeing it firsthand, whether if it's friends or people I know get lost in the party life, get lost into drugs, or get lost to, lustful thoughts. All of that matters. Having control of all of that matters, because if you don't, then who are you? Who are you if you don't have control over yourself? You know? And not everything needs a reaction, bro. Not everything needs you to give your full energy to it. Not everything needs you to explain yourself or feel like you have to. You don't have to. And these are things that I try to teach myself and teach my little brother. You don't have to. You don't have to get so mad. You don't have to go out of your way for people that's not going out of their way for you. You don't have to follow these habits, these unhealthy habits that you got. That's self-control. And it's important. It's extremely important. Everything that I say in every video is important, because these are principles that you got to carry with yourself to be a better man, or to be this video in particularly, this is for my guys, just to be better in general. Everything is not about lust or desires. Spend time with people, cherish people, and it will show you how to respect people, because everybody deserves respect. Even though women overly sexualize themselves on social media, they're just doing it because they see that it gives them attention. But if we change how we are and we change the way we think and the way we treat women, they'll stop doing that too, and then altogether everything could just become better. But we gotta lead, bro. As men, we gotta lead, bro. We are dominant. We are leaders, bro. And you gotta lead. You gotta lead by example, bro. If you want to make a change to anything, you gotta just take the step. You gotta take the step to want to be better, and it's not easy. It's never easy to take the first step to be better, but if you take it, then you only gotta take another step, and another step, and another step, and another step, and you keep taking the steps you gotta take to get to where you want to go. But if you don't move, then there's no progress. And you gotta have progress. You gotta have something good out of what you're doing. Otherwise, you're not gonna be motivated. And part of that comes from people not having the right mindset. They don't have self-control. They don't have like a grasp on themselves. They're running themselves wild, doing things that they don't usually do because they may feel a certain way about something, or they talking crazy to somebody because their feelings is hurt. You don't gotta do that. You don't gotta do that. That drug that you keep running to, you don't gotta do that. That relationship that's driving you up the wall and you feel like you have to be in it just because you love that person, you don't have to do that. And you feel like you're getting so mad and you just want to lash out, you don't have to do that. You feel like you want to go to the club and you want to go party because your life is not where it is and you want to be happy, you don't have to do that. The club is not going to make you happy. Being around people you don't know is not going to make you happy. Hearing music and bottles and weed and all of that don't make you happy. What makes you happy is self-control and being aware and keeping yourself healthy. That's what makes you happy. That's how you reach true happiness. You gotta treat yourself with respect, and you gotta treat other people with respect. People won't respect you unless you respect yourself and respect them. You stand up for yourself, you got principles you stand on. Nobody will ever try to play with you. Nobody will ever try to step out of line. And it's a few people that may try to step out of line, but it's like they know what you stand on. They know the type of principles and the type of things that you have in your life. And that's big. Because if people see that, you don't have self-control, they see that you don't have, a grasp on what you have going on in your life, they'll run over you and they'll take advantage of you because they see that you're not there. You gotta be there. You gotta be fully aware. You gotta be fully aware of everything. And you can't be aware if you're not in self-control. You can't. How you gonna be aware of what's going on around you if you don't even got control of yourself? You gotta control yourself to be able to control the room. People that are leaders, people that lead by example, they have their mind right. They're getting their mind right. And if they don't have their mind right, they're not worried about things that don't matter. They're worried about the things that matter, the things that's gonna help the people that they gotta lead. That's what they're worried about. They're worried about how they're gonna keep the lights on. They're worried about how they're gonna keep food on the table, how they're gonna keep clothes on your back. And that's what really matters. That's the only thing that matters. That's the only thing that matters. Is making sure you're okay, making sure your family's okay, and having a purpose-driven life. You gotta have purpose. You gotta have purpose. You gotta have purpose. You gotta have purpose, because that's what keeps you going. Without purpose, we don't move. Without having motivation, we don't get up every day. If there's nothing to work towards, if there's nothing to work for, what are we working for? Why would you get up and go to work if you have nothing to work for at all? Why would you go to school and get straight A's if you have no reason to? Why would you take the time in the gym if you wasn't working for something? You wouldn't know how hard you need to work or how less you need to work unless you know what you're working for. You gotta know what you're working for. You gotta know what wakes you up. You gotta know what keeps you going. And once you find that out, you gotta push at it. Push at it to the max. Push at it till you can't no more, till you achieve everything that you want. Because everything in this world you could have. You could have every single thing in this world. See it, touch it, obtain it. Anything that you see, touch, you can obtain it, you can get it. It's just a matter of putting in the work, having self-control, knowing when you want to go outside, knowing when you want to do things, and knowing when things don't need to be done. That's important. Know what belongs in your life. Know how you want your life to live. Know who you want in your life. Those are all videos I made. Know how you want your life. Know who you want in your life. And yeah. I think I only use those two, but the other one counts too. All of it counts. Everything counts, bro. You gotta be controlling. You gotta be controlling over yourself, bro. You gotta be steering the ship at all times, bro. You can't let nobody steer your ship. You can't let nothing steer for you, bro. All the people that be in the water and they gotta get from A to B, they not letting nobody else drive that boat, because if they do, something's gonna go wrong. And that's the same thing when it trickles down to life. If you're not making your own decisions for your best interest, and you're not, doing what you gotta do, then everything will fall apart. And time doesn't wait for nobody. Time doesn't wait for nobody, and it only keeps going. So what type of man or woman do you want to be? Do you want to be the kind that doesn't have no self-control, or do you want to be the kind that's conquering everything that you step in front of, no matter what? You resilient, you got self-control, you confident, and you ambitious. That's all that matters. Having respect for your peers and just women in general. Having respect for women is a big thing. Don't put your hands on women, don't degrade women, don't call them out of their name. You don't do things like that. Because even though a woman might be talking crazy to you, she still has feelings, and women can't take the same as men. And that's why we're made so masculine, and we're bigger than women, and we can build houses and things like that, because it's just naturally in us to be able to control ourselves and control what's going on. But when you degrading a woman and degrading everything she stands for, she can't take that the same way you can. And some women are strong, some women can take it. I'm not saying that women are weak at all. I believe all women are strong and all women are capable of everything. But I do feel like, to an extent, men have less feelings than women, and that's normal. So we gotta just be aware. Even though somebody might be getting on your nerves, or they might have said something you don't like, you don't always gotta give a response, bro. You could respond by not responding. That's my biggest response. Me not responding at all, that's the biggest response I could give, because what can they say? What can they say when they said all that bad stuff to you and you ain't even respond? That just makes them think. And the best thing you could do for somebody is make them think, because then they start regretting, and then they start feeling like, maybe I shouldn't have said that, or maybe this and the third. Versus if you would have disrespected them back, that would have just made things worse. And sometimes you don't gotta be the bad guy. Sometimes you just gotta be the bigger person. Sometimes you just gotta be that person that just says, you know what? I'm gonna choose my peace over this. I'm gonna choose my happiness over this, and I'm not gonna allow myself to lose self-control. You can't lose self-control, man. You can't, bro. You gotta steer the ship. You gotta control what's going on. You gotta protect everybody, bro. You gotta protect yourself. You gotta be there for yourself. And you can't be there for yourself if you don't got self-control. You can't be there for your family if you don't got self-control. You can't do the things you need to do in life if you don't got self-control. So, to anybody that's watching this video, I hope that you enjoy this video. I hope that this teaches you something, anything it could teach you. And hopefully this reaches as many people as it needs to. I don't really care if it gets 1 view or 2 view or 10 or 50 or 100. We making these videos regardless. I told myself every single day I was posting a video. So that's what I gotta do. But until then, I will see y'all in the next video. I hope that y'all keep y'all energy positive. I hope that y'all doing something productive, because productivity is important. Stop doing things that's not important for your life. Do things that will help you. Do things that will help you benefit in life. And your life will become more beneficial. Your life will become way more beneficial, bro. Everything you going through, bro, you could get through it. And it starts by having self-control.